Contrary to popular belief, you don't need a high IQ to make money in the stock market. As per legendary investor Warren Buffett, it's actually very easy to make money. You just need to follow a few basic principles of investing and be patient. First rule is to buy strong American businesses.
I have never had less than 80% of my money in American business. You can call them stocks.
Or equities.
But I see them as American business. I've owned a piece of American business for at least 80% at all times. And, I don't want to own anything else. The game is very, very, very easy if you have the right lessons in your mind about what you're buying. I'm not buying stocks. I'm buying pieces of overwhelmingly American business.
Second rule is to have a long-term outlook.
General terms, unless you find the prices of a great company really offensive, if you feel you've identified it, and by definition, a great company is one that's going to remain great for 30 years. If it's going to be a great company for 3 years, it ain't a great company. I mean, so you really want to go along with the idea of something that if you were going to take a trip for 20 years, you wouldn't feel bad leaving the money in with no orders with your broker and no power of attorney or anything, and you just go on the trip and you come back and it's going to be a terribly strong company. I think it's better just to own them. I mean, we could attempt to buy and sell some of the things that we own that we think are fine businesses, but they're too hard to find. We found See's Candy in 1972, where we find here and there we get the opportunity to do something, but they're too hard to find. So to sit there and hope that you buy them in the throes of some panic, that you sort of take the attitude of a mortician, waiting for a flu epidemic or something. I mean, I'm not sure that will be a great technique. That's a lot to count on, and if you start with the Dow at X and you think it's too high, when it goes to 90% of X, do you buy? Well, if it does and it goes to 50% of X, it gets, you never get the benefit of those extremes anyway, unless you just come into some accidental sum of money at some time. So I think the main thing to do is find wonderful businesses. So we've had our share of flu epidemics, but you don't want to spend your life waiting around for them.
Third rule is to develop a stable temperament and stay true to decisions that you made.
You don't need tons of IQ in this business. I mean, you have to have enough IQ to get from here to downtown Omaha, but you do not have to be able to play three-dimensional chess or be in the top leagues in terms of bridge playing or something of the sort. You need a stable personality. You need a temperament that neither derives great pleasure from being with the crowd or against the crowd, because this is not a business where you take polls. It's a business where you think. And Ben Graham would say that you're not right or wrong because 1,000 people agree with you, and you're not right or wrong because 1,000 people disagree with you. You're right because your facts and your reasoning are right.
Fourth rule is to not worry about market fluctuations.
You may have trouble believing this, but Charlie and I never have an opinion about the market, because it wouldn't be any good and it might interfere with the opinions we have that are good. If we're right about a business, if we think a business is attractive, it would be very foolish for us to not take action on that because we thought something about what the market was going to do or anything of that sort, because we just don't know, and to give up something that you do know and that is profitable for something that you don't know and won't know because of that, it doesn't make any sense.
Last but not the least rule is stay invested.
We would never have cash around just to have cash. I mean, we would never think that we should have a cash position of X percent. And frankly, I think these asset allocation things that tacticians in Wall Street put out, about 60% stocks and 30%, we think that's total nonsense. So we want to have all our money working in decent businesses, but sometimes we can't find them, or sometimes cash comes in unexpectedly, or sometimes we sell something. We want money employed, but we'll never employ it, just employ it. And you will find us quite unhappy over time if cash just keeps building up. And I think one way or another we'll find ways to use it.